Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. Here we are, post Thanksgiving, at least here in the States, right? So I want to give everyone a nice, big, warm welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I'm super excited. I know I say that every week, but every week I feel like, oh my gosh, we have such a great lineup for you. So I want to welcome Emily. Emily is from Fullscript. And you guys have heard me talk about Fullscript before. It is absolutely, hands down, one of my favorite companies in the universe. And I've actually known Emily. Gosh, I mean, I feel like I've known you for a while, right?
We have, yes, a few years now.
Yeah. So, and Emily, I'm going to attempt your last name, Kilbisky,
You
right?
got it. You got
Kilbisky. All right. My Polish sister, right?
Polish sister. That's right. Kilbisky and Vitel.
Love that. Yeah, most like we were talking about that yesterday. Most people don't realize that Vitel is actually Polish. So yeah, so apparently there was no ski on the end of our name, but go figure, right?
Yeah.
So, welcome, Emily. Again, really happy to have you here today. So, guys, let me give you just a quick overview on what we're going to do today because I think this is going to be super helpful. We are going to be talking about harnessing the power of Fullscript as a secondary income stream. All right. And so in today's live, you're going to learn the top tips and strategies designed to help you to effectively leverage that virtual dispensary and drive patient orders, boost revenue. And of course, at the end of the day, we're always looking for strategies to better serve our clients, right? And so I think you're going to discover how Fullscript really fits the bill for all of those things, including improved patient care. So and really just as a little FYI, guys, so often I get the question, as a business consultant, how can I make passive income? I want passive income, I want to make money in my sleep. And guys, there's not a lot of really kind of turnkey ways to do that, right? It can be somewhat elusive. True passive income frankly, often requires a lot of upfront work, right? To create a product, to sell that product, to get a funnel running. Like there are ways to do it, but it does require quite a bit of upfront work, with the exception of using Fullscript. Now, Fullscript is true passive income, right? True passive income. And that's why I get pretty excited about the possibilities here. So, and the other thing I just want to mention, gosh, and Emily, you may know, what is the percent of people nowadays that take supplements? I mean, I think it's incredibly high, isn't it?
Oh gosh, yes. I think in America it's something like 60+%
Yeah.
of the population is taking supplements, at least one. And so they are, looking for ways to improve their health. And Fullscript is just a great way, and it's a great bridge between you as the practitioner with the expertise and your client as someone who needs that wellness assistance to just marry the two together and really provide exactly what they need. So yeah. quite a lot. It's
it's got to be like crazy through the roof, especially in this day and age with the pandemic and people really looking for ways to fine tune their immune system. But we'll get more into that. But before we jump in, I want to welcome Emily. And do you mind just taking a moment and just briefly introducing yourself? Give us a little bit of, I'd love to get a background and a little bit about your journey. because I know that I've known you for, I think, 3 years now, and you've had several different roles within, which is awesome. Congratulations on your progression. Give us a little backstory. How did you script?
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. So I am actually, I've been in the wellness industry for over a decade now, which is wild to think about when I think back on my time. But I have my degree in nutrition. I'm from Ontario, for anybody Canadian in the audience, so University of Guelph. Then I did further schooling in holistic nutrition, and I've always been in the industry, so working in medical clinics, working in health retail. And when I moved to Ottawa, which is the capital, I always heard about Fullscript as a company, and I thought from myself as a practitioner, when I used to see my own clients back in Toronto, it was pretty much the thing that I was missing, because I was recommending lifestyle suggestions and supplement recommendations, but I would just suggest, okay, well, go to Whole Foods and get the supplements there.
Right.
And when I moved here, I learned about Fullscript. I was like, wow, what a brilliant solution for practitioners to recommend supplements to their clients. So I kind of scrapped my way into Fullscript. I messaged and went to things, and I made them hire me. So it was definitely out of passion. I love working here, and I was like, I really want to make a difference, and I want to help other practitioners see how fantastic this service is. So I have been at Fullscript for I guess almost 3 years, 2.5 years now. And I started out by helping practitioners who were brand new to Fullscript to open their accounts and get started and really get a good foundation. And over the last few years, I've been lucky enough to now be in the role where I'm working with practitioners who have been using Fullscript for quite a while. And are using it to generate quite a lot of income, and I'm helping them grow and continue to grow their income sustainably. So the tips I'm actually going to share with you and your audience today are from that wealth of experience working with new practitioners and experienced high earning practitioners. So yeah, I'm excited.
So good. Yeah, because I know I remember I used to refer like any of my clients or people in my audience. I know I was always like, let's get them set up with Emily.
Yeah. There's your emails introducing. Yeah, so I always love getting that.
Which is so great. Yeah, I always felt so, well, you know what, Fullscript, one of the things that you guys do extraordinarily well is customer service. So like, even if it's not you, I'm sure there's someone in that position that is equally awesome in terms of, being able to help people get set up. So awesome. So that is a really interesting story. You went for it. You wanted to
I went for it. I need to work here, and now I work here, and I love every minute of it. And yeah, it's great.
That's so good. So and I don't think I honestly realized the scope of your new position. So I personally cannot wait to hear some of those tips that you can share with high producing physicians and practitioners. So let's make sure that we earmark plenty of time for those tips. So let's jump in. Let's start by talking about, I'm going to turn my phone off. I'm getting the dings. Let's start by giving everyone just a general description of, what is Fullscript exactly, and why would a practitioner want to have a dispensary?
That's a great place to start. So Fullscript is a free online dispensary solution, really, for practitioners who are recommending supplements to their clients. And it's so easy to use. As you said, Leslie, when you open your first account or your new account, you will be paired with someone like me to really help you set up your account and make it complementary to your practice. And opening up a free Fullscript account will not only help you provide valuable and consistent revenue for your own practice and your own, business, but think about yourself as a practitioner as well. It's going to help reduce your overhead cost. It's going to help you save time, and it's going to the most important thing, for a lot of us is our clients' well-being, right? So it's going to ensure quality in your client's journey. So you can use Fullscript to write and craft unique recommendations for your clients. We have a wide selection of products and brands, professional, high quality supplements, and even personal care. Actually, we're growing our catalog to meet the needs of a holistic journey, not just supplements, but lifestyle needs, personal care. And honestly, you use your expertise to make the connection, and Fullscript takes care of the rest. It's really great. So we host all the inventory, we ship, we deliver, we were delighted to do customer service for your clients. We do all the administration, we handle all the payment. So it's a great way to really offload the hassle of inventory management and any logistical expenses you might be having in your current practice. It's a great way if you're part of like a multidisciplinary clinic, or if you even have an admin staff, that they no longer have to receive, stock, distribute, ship products. I've been in that admin position many times before, and it takes up a lot of time. Even inventory management, going to the shelf, checking the expiry dates, and having to throw things in the garbage. Like, oh my gosh, like that. We don't have to worry about that. We take care of all of that. And you earn revenue. You get an adjustable margin. So for the audience here that's in the US, 35% is what you get to work with, which is amazing. And then if you're in Canada, 25%. And you get access to, as I mentioned, hundreds of practitioner grade brands that you can recommend. What I want to mention, though, is that we really do also offer, we want everybody to feel comfortable and confident and equipped with Fullscript as well. So in addition to getting someone like me when you first sign up to really help, customize your storefront, make it the settings that you want. If you are new to supplements in general, and this is kind of a new branch of your business that you're thinking of doing, we provide all supplement descriptions. We provide so many ready-made resources and protocols to really help you decide what's best. So we really help with that as well. So it's just fantastic. Overall, a great addition to your practice. And with revenue and that adjustable margin, you can make passive income really, really easily while providing wellness guidance. And we even take care of sales tax. I didn't mention that, but
oh my gosh.
so that's one less thing you have to worry about. We collect and remit all applicable state sales taxes. So one less thing you have to worry about, which is great. And any earnings that you make, we pay directly to your bank account.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just the inventory alone is absolutely huge. So I can speak from a little bit of experience here. So back in the day when I had my nutrition practice, which was a while ago now, there was no Fullscript back in my day. Okay, and it was a real hindrance for me personally. Because at that time, I did a lot of my work actually telephonically, but I also had a couple of, offices that, used to rent space in a couple of different offices. So, having an inventory, first of all, impossible, right? I was in too many places, and just the cost was very prohibitive to have any, decent selection in terms of inventory. So what that meant was I kind of had to be that middle person, which was super awkward. Okay. It was super awkward. I never wanted to do it. And frankly, I just pretty much didn't, because without Fullscript, like I would have to place the order. I would have to like get the person's credit card. I would have to handle the sub. It just was a mess, right? So Fullscript really, really just streamlines that entire process and kind of it puts you really in the driver's seat, right? And
That's a great way to phrase it. Yeah.
It's such a huge thing. It's just actually a brilliant concept. So so I love, love, love the whole idea. So when practitioners do open an account, and by the way, guys, for those of you that don't have an account, I put the URL right here. It's a bit.ly account. bit.ly/Fullscript supplements, capital F, capital S. So it is case sensitive. And I also put the link in the comments. So give it a click. We'll be talking more about the attributes and benefits of Fullscript moving forward. But I just wanted to make sure that anyone that doesn't already have an account, like, you have nothing to lose, right? It's free. If anything, why not just open an account even for your own needs, right? Your own friends and family, right? Like, I think that's a great way to just kind of dip your toe into the whole world of supplements. So let's get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty. So when a practitioner first opens their account, what should they do first to set themselves up for success?
That's a great question. So as I mentioned, when you open your account and you use the link there that Leslie provided to open an account, you will be paired with a personal onboarding partner to really guide you through the process of setting up your dispensary. And my tips from when I used to be that person for helping setting practitioners up is really to make sure you've got your settings in place. So like permission settings, which will allow you to share your dispensary with as many clients as possible, which will again help with your passive income. And setting things up that will help you be the most successful. So I like to kind of separate it into two kind of streams, which are both complementary. So one is, let's optimize your one-on-one workflow with patients. And we can go through this in more detail, but really when you're working with clients, setting yourself up well would mean using the search tool in the most effective way to really find exactly what your client needs for their wellness. Using the multi-staff function. So for anybody who is watching, who is part of a clinic or has an administrative staff, even if it's a virtual assistant, we do have the ability to accommodate, and you can add your admin staff on there, and they can really help you streamline your workflow even more efficiently. And then I always do usually suggest integrating with your EHR. We actually are partnered with 18, it might be 19 now, but I think at least 18 different charting systems. So if you work with a charting system, setting yourself up when you first open your Fullscript account, once your certification is approved, to connect with your charting system is a really fantastic way to not only streamline your workflow even further. So one link you have to work out of instead of two different stores. You can just have everything in your charting. But we've also seen that practitioners who connect with their EHR, so their electronic health record system, within 3 months of using the integration, we see an average lift in revenue of about 13 to 16%. So that's really exciting.
Oh,
so Yeah, so those are the tips I would say, like, to really optimize when you first join Fullscript, to get those things set up.
Mhm.
And
That's so interesting. Why do you think there's such an increase in sales when the practitioner integrates with their EMR?
you know, it's a combination of things. The first and foremost is the ease of writing prescriptions and recommendations is made so much more streamlined. So it's saving time, really, when it comes down to it, and being able to write recommendations more efficiently at the end of the day. All those little minutes that you would otherwise spend going from link to link or from website to website, you can spend more time with your actual clients, which is going to be beneficial, right?
Right.
The other thing is it's more convenient for your patients too, and your clients. All their information is in one place, so it's more convenient. Everything's organized. And I think the third thing that really helps is the accountability, because all the information is just in one place. Whether it's their lifestyle recommendations you're doing, whether you're charting their food suggestions and then their supplement recommendations, you can track their wellness progress all in one place and really keep them accountable to what you've set up. And that helps in their long run, which will help with your bottom line too.
Okay, that's awesome. Super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a great first step, right? Is getting things set up and getting whatever EMR you're using. Chances are Fullscript is associated with that EMR, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, we've got lots.
What's that?
We've got loads. Yeah, Jane, Charm, Optimantra, Serbo. I could probably list. Yeah, there's quite a lot of them. So definitely when you sign up, there's a really just easy button where it lets you see all the integrations, or you can certainly ask, your partnered rep to help accommodate if you are working with a charting system. We can help get you set up.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else that you recommend that the practitioner does right out of the gate?
Those are the main things. I kind of alluded to it before, but I kind of also like to think of the workflow and passive revenue in kind of two different mindsets. So optimizing your one-on-one time with your client as best as possible to be able to get a great experience and streamline your workflow. And then also thinking, how can I boost my income in other ways, like self-service? How can my clients serve themselves when I'm sleeping, when you're not in the office? So I have tips for kind of both of those.
Oh, let's jump in. Yeah, let's share some of those.
Sure. Let's start with the ways that practitioners could earn more revenue by streamlining their own workflow.
Okay.
So in their own workflow, definitely when you're on Fullscript, we have a really, really easy search area that will let you search and sort through all of the products that are available. And as I mentioned, there's over 300 brands. We do professional supplements, plus we're getting into more personal care. But I wonder if this is a good time, Leslie, to bring up that if you do use, your link, because sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. Yeah. If you're new to supplements, to be able to decipher, okay, what would be good for each person? What would be the best case scenario here?
So many options in Fullscript, right? Like, which is great, but it can be a little overwhelming. Yeah. So, I think that can be one of the challenges.
It definitely can be a challenge too. So we at Fullscript, we have an integrative medical advisory team that really helps take a lot of the guesswork out. Obviously, when you're in that one-on-one unique practitioner-client relationship, you know what's best, but you can use us to support you in your own journey as well. So one of the perks of using Fullscript and definitely signing up with Leslie's link is that she has already gone through the catalog really wonderfully and pulled together her favorites from the catalog of what she knows is tried and true in her practice and working with other practitioners. So when you sign up with her link, you'll actually get that right there. So it really helps narrow things down for you right away, which is so helpful. What we also can provide, though, if you want to kind of look from scratch, we have so many ready-made, evidence-based wellness protocols and attachments. And I think that is a really important thing to highlight when you're using Fullscript, because these are all educational materials that not only add value to your client's journey, but also are ready-made and available for you to browse and look and further develop your own expertise as a practitioner and help you develop the best plan. So everything that I just mentioned there, the protocols, the wellness protocols, they're all topic kind of specific, but they are ingredient focused with evidence-based research behind them. And then we have professionally made handouts, which are really handy too. And those are just great for your own benefit, but also to include when you're writing a recommendation for somebody. So our marketing team has taken a lot of time in conjunction with our medical advisory team to really make valuable educational handouts that are available right in the platform. So as soon as you go to write your first recommendation, they're all there waiting for you and you can browse through them. There's really cool ones too. There's even like the environmental working group, Dirty Dozen and Clean 15. So a great reference. They're as detailed as a full immune protocol, and they're as simple as, here's the vitamin C food. So really you can pick what's best for your client.
Yeah, I love that. So basically what you're saying is you've got ready-made evidence-based protocols for a bunch of different scenarios.
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's so helpful. And then the other thing that clearly you're saying is that there's some amazing patient education material, which is oh gosh, hey Drew, how are you? So yeah, you know what? How about Emily? Would it be too much to ask for you to do a little screen share so you can show us exactly
sure.
where
Yeah.
protocols?
Yes.
And, I think that would be really super helpful.
I do. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay. So we'll do a screen share through just to show you exactly where they are. And guys, while Emily's pulling that up on her screen share, the thing that I want to emphasize that I personally think is incredibly important and I personally think so many of us as practitioners kind of overlook this. Like we're really good at like kind of telling people what they should do or what giving them the recommendations, right? But I think where we sometimes drop the ball is having a conversation with our patients about why. Why, right? If you take a little bit of time with each supplement recommendation and elaborate on why you're recommending it, oh my God, it is gonna go really far. Okay. And I
100%.
think that these handouts, what Emily's gonna share, I think that it will really help to drive home that point of, oh, actually, okay, so I have to.
Can you see it? I have it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just okay.
It's good?
Yay, we did
Okay.
it.
Okay. Good. Yeah, let me show everybody where you find these. These were recently added in, and I think it's such an incredible value add to an already amazing platform. So I've just brought up my own Fullscript account, so you can check this out. But what you would do is they're kind of in a few places, but the best really place to find them is actually clicking right here in the top, new recommendation. So this is what you would do typically in your workflow as a practitioner, when you're about to help a client. So this is typically what a recommendation area looks like on Fullscript. So you can certainly, select the client you've got or add somebody. Here, I've got Emily Test here. And this area first is actually what Leslie is just describing. Why are you going to write them a recommendation? What are the reasons? So we take away some of the work for you. You can use one of our pre-made kind of blurbs if you want to introduce yourself, but I always think it's really nice to be personalized too. So, hi, this is for you, and you would elaborate. This area underneath, I hope everybody can see, is where all the ready-made attachments are housed. So you can click on any of these topics. I'll just kind of click on one of them. Let's do nutrition. Let me know if this isn't showing up for some reason, but I can see it on my computer. But these are all the ready-made attachments. So what you would do is you kind of sort through and say, okay, the person I'm with, they are under a lot of stress. I really think they would benefit from some adrenal help. What can I do to help them with that? And maybe you want to, I see there's a vitamin C handout. Vitamin C is great for the adrenals. Let me attach that so they can learn about the vitamin C foods and what vitamin C does. So if you click on it, it does a little bit of a preview here, or we can actually certainly even just open the document. Let me see if it'll show up on this computer. I think it will in a moment. This is just an example. There's so many handouts.
Yeah.
So let's give that a moment to open up. Okay, here we go. There
it is.
Yeah, so this is an example. There actually is a picture that should be showing up here in a moment. Oh, well, there's more pictures, but there should be a beautiful picture of some citrus coming up momentarily. But anyway, this is an example of a handout that you could, that would be really ready-made for you. The recommended daily intake, food examples, really, really written and visually appealing, to be honest, for like me as a client reading this. And if I had no background, I'd be like, yeah, I can fit some of these things in. That's great. So if you find a handout that you like, and again, there are so many, there's all different topics, and there's even a way you can just kind of search, if you want to search by keyword, you would simply, add it. So add content, as easy as that, and it pops right into your recommendation. The other thing that I think practitioners like to know is that you can, of course, certainly upload your own content, because a lot of you probably have spent time making your own handouts or maybe your own meal plans, and you certainly want to, use those as well. So you can just go to My Uploads and pull things from your own computer and add them to your client's wellness plan as well. So that's where the attachments are housed. And I would encourage anybody who is signing up for Fullscript, it's just a fun place to play around in, to look at all the handouts. Because the other thing you can do too, like let's say you didn't necessarily want to send this to somebody, but you just think it's a really great handout. Maybe you're back to seeing people in person. You can just download this or print it, and it's ready. It's ready made for you. So yeah, just great resources that are available.
Image, graphic, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Just one example. So that's how you can definitely use it, which is really amazing. And then you'd kind of go from here. So I'll just go back to the home page.
Okay. And then show us one of the protocols.
Great. Yeah, I'll totally do that. So in your Fullscript account, you also have a protocol library. And to find that, you would hover over the menu for recommendations and go right here to protocols. Now, the fun thing about the protocol area is where you can create your own. So you can just press new protocol and start making your own based on your own expertise and wellness tips that you want to share. As you can see in my account here, I've already kind of made a few that I use commonly. But if you want to leverage the ones that are already made for you, you just click on Fullscript protocols and look at this long list here.
Oh
my all sorts of topics: mood support, cold and flu support, bone support, blood pressure support, and they're all ingredient-based and evidence-based. So let's take just a peek at one of them just for fun, if you like.
Yeah,
so yeah. Nice to see. So really, really informative. And that's why these are so beneficial, because you can use them honestly for your own insight and development as a practitioner, or you can share it with your clients as needed too. So for blood pressure support, first of all, a fantastic overview about, blood pressure, and then it really dives deep. So magnesium at this particular dosing has been shown in the research to do, A, B, C, D, E things. And then what it does is we give you an example of a product that is currently on your catalog and available that matches that dosing. So it really helps you take all the pieces together and make, a great decision for your own client, but it helps you learn more about the products that are available. And if you think, gee, this is a really good protocol, I just love everything about it, I love all of these products.
Right.
And there's even attachments here too. And of course, referencing, because we are evidence-based. So anybody who's into research will really appreciate all of this. But if you look at this and you say, gee, this is fantastic, I just want to copy this into my own library, you just simply go copy to my protocols. A little happy note comes up that says it's been copied. And if we go back to my protocols, it'll be here.
Okay.
And so now, and from here, as a practitioner, I can either use this as is, or I can click on it and make modifications. So maybe I want to change a dose, or maybe I don't need all of the supplements. Maybe I need only one or two. And I can certainly use that now moving forward. So I'm going to leave the screen on this page because there's another, when we are ready to talk about other passive income. I'm going to leave it on here because I want to come back to how the protocols can be leveraged in another really cool way too.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So Drew says that's amazing. I just looked at ovarian support. Fantastic, Drew.
That's great.
That's so good. All right. So why don't we keep going? We're obviously these are incredibly helpful. So, I mean, wow, all right at your fingertips. So really, and there's just such a huge variety of different types of protocols. So, I mean, it just is so helpful because you don't have to do all that research on your own, right? And I assume that there's like kind of a general wellness protocol.
Yeah, there's protocols for honestly everything. And as I always encourage practitioners, if you have your own protocol, especially general wellness, or even something related to your area of expertise, making a protocol from scratch is super easy. You title it general wellness, you can add your own message, you can add your own products, and then you can certainly add in any attachments that will be helpful. And with just a few buttons, add it to your library. And yes, definitely, it's a great way to house all that great information so you can pass it forward to your clients.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So let's keep going with our tips to really increase the utility of Fullscript.
Sure. Yeah. And this leads into, other ways that I encourage practitioners to boost their income and their revenue. So this would be, we talked about how to streamline your workflow one-on-one with the client, but how can you really leverage and get that self-service and that passive revenue really coming in, for anybody who does want to make revenue while they're sleeping, let's say.
We all want that.
Yeah. So what the Fullscript team did, which was so incredible, is they really listened to practitioner feedback. And this is a result of a lot of practitioners saying, hey, I wish there was a cool way I could share my expertise with more clients around the clock, essentially. And, for many practitioners, sharing their expertise is how they both fulfill their sense of purpose and make a living. So it's really important. And fostering a strong sense of community and connection with clients is one of the most valuable ways to attract and retain people in your own practice. So we actually created, on this protocol page, a way to even boost it further and to share wellness protocols in order to help you create your community and spread wellness. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. So first, when I hover over one of my protocols here, it's a little bit small. I hope you can see or zoom in. But as I hover over, a little share button appears. And this is relatively new. So this is so exciting. So if I created a general wellness protocol, or let's just use one of the ones I have here. Let's use thyroid support. Let's say I'm running maybe a group, which is really common. You know, a lot of people are virtual and they're doing group practices and group help with clients. And I wanted to share my thyroid support tips with everybody in that group. I can now actually click the share button. And what it will do is it'll give me two choices. It'll let me select the clients that are perhaps part of that group, and Fullscript will send the protocol to them. So it's a great way. Yeah, it's a really, really cool way to give value to people who are part of a program and give them that exclusive access to something that you've created, and they can access it anytime. And they can read and they can download your handout and they can follow through with the supplements you've recommended as well. I only have a few people on my account because it's just a test account, but you probably have more. The other way that's really, really cool, especially for leveraging and boosting revenue, is this Make Public button. And this is really new and really cool. So if you click Make Public, this actually gives all of your clients 24/7 access to recommendations that can, again, include your instructions, attachments, suggested supplements. And what happens is when I click share with all clients, a special unique hyperlink is generated here. Can you guys see this hyperlink? I hope you can see it.
I can see. Yep.
Yeah, okay. And so not only does pressing that button actually paste a copy of your protocol onto every patient's view so that they can access and browse on their own time, but this is also a really, really clever way to share your protocol outside of your dispensary. So you can drive both existing clients and new patients and direct them to this protocol. And you can share this on your website, on a blog, email, newsletter, social media, Facebook. And when people click it, they're invited to join your Fullscript account and they can view all the amazing advice and wellness tips that you've offered. So this is a really, really great way to leverage your Fullscript account and put that link out there so that clients can be engaged and take advantage of your wellness expertise. So I love this.
Wow. Okay. So this is really, really cool. So one of the things that I often, when I'm having conversations like with my clients about boosting their sales, one of the things that I often recommend is doing like having a newsletter, of course, like a weekly newsletter, and inside of that newsletter doing like, I don't know, like maybe a nutrient spotlight section, right? That connects with their Fullscript account. So I can absolutely see how this would work really well in that, in that nutrient spotlight component of the newsletter.
Yeah, it's so great. There's other ways you can share if you do a nutrient spotlight, or maybe even if you want to even highlight a specific supplement, there's ways even on your catalog when you're browsing to actually share items on your website as well. I may not have it set up on my demo account, but there's a way when you click on an item, it'll ask you, do you want to showcase this? And it'll provide you with an embed card that you can post on your website and have clients be able to click on it and be able to browse from there too. Yeah, so we have loads of buttons where you can actually share Fullscript with clients to be able to encourage more interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And at the bottom of everybody's Fullscript account, there's even just this general link, which will be tailored and customized to you when you open your account. And this is a general link. So you can share this again anywhere as well, where clients can click and be invited to join your Fullscript account.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't suppose you're familiar with any of the extra liability considerations for making this public?
Mm-hmm. I am the practitioners I'm working with actually right now, a majority of which are in Canada. So I'm more well versed with the Canadian liabilities. But what we do is we actually have like a full marketing toolkit. I'll just flip my screen to the marketing toolkit for a sec, which can be provided to you. And you can sort through this and look through if anything matches what you want to do. There's tons of ideas on here. What we do usually suggest, though, is for practitioners to check with their college or with their board, and do check your own liability, because certainly the tools are available for you, but you do want to work within the guidelines. So at the end of the day, when you open your Fullscript account and you get to meet your rep and your onboarder, we'll be able to chat with you and see what's available. And if you're not somebody who is able to do a lot of marketing for whatever reason, like here's an example, you can do Linktree, etc. What we usually suggest is, as the baseline, at least put somewhere on your site, or at least when you're talking to your clients, that you do use Fullscript. Introduce Fullscript as your partner and the tool and platform you use to connect them with the supplements they need for their wellness. At least introduce it. And if you have liability where you can't do a lot of sharing, you can invite them personally. So anytime that you use Fullscript to write a personal recommendation, we will take care of emailing them privately and letting them know, Leslie has sent you something. Here you can go to click and access it. So we'll make sure everybody's well taken care of, no matter how big or how small your marketing scope is.
Okay, that's super helpful.
I can share this link afterwards if you like as well. But yeah, this is a really useful toolkit that we've created for helping marketing as well. And in terms of engaging, clients in another way, you can offer, some of that margin to clients as a discount if you like as well, because that's another great way to encourage ordering and invite people and welcome them into your dispensary. So you can do individual discounts. You can offer like a first order discount as like a welcome treat. Mm-hmm. And there's even a way where you can join promotions or host your own promotions or sales dispensary wide. Fullscript a few times a year actually hosts our marketing team, our professional marketing team hosts these bigger events where if you want to run a sale in your dispensary, you can take advantage of our professional marketing team pretty much running everything. So you choose your discount and we would, turn it on and off. We'd handle all the promotional assets. We'd do all the customer service. So there's no extra burden on you and your staff. In fact, we just finished yesterday running a huge Cyber Monday event for practitioners. And it was a really, really huge success. There's usually everybody who joins a Fullscript-led promotion sees a huge boost in number of ordering clients, number of first orders, and of course, payouts and revenue. So it's really great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have seen that Cyber Monday marketing campaign, and it's really amazing. So, and I know so many practitioners kind of struggle with, it's Cyber, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, what am I going to offer? And you guys just take care of it. All the work is done, which is amazing. Are there any other final words of wisdom that you'd like to share as we begin to wrap up?
Oh gosh, I would encourage everybody who is watching this to definitely sign up. I mean, it's, as a practitioner, I mean, I haven't practiced for a few years, but I was as a practitioner, and I mean, Leslie knows this too. It's such a no-brainer. It's a free account. You can have your Fullscript to exist working with clients, and as Leslie even said, you can even just use it to order things for yourself if you want to. For practitioners in the United States, there is a wholesale aspect of Fullscript that you can take advantage of. So if you want to order things for yourself or for your clinic, you can do so on there as well. You can use it as a fantastic place to really further your own education in different wellness topics, hone your own expertise, and really at the end of the day provide just such incredible value to your clients on their wellness journey, and be able to benefit from that consistent revenue that this will bring you. So my last words of wisdom would be to absolutely join. There's nothing to lose.
Right.
We are excited to help you, and we will make sure that your account is set up perfectly and you can begin using it in whatever way that will be best for you.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, I definitely highly recommend that you grab your Fullscript account. bit.ly/Fullscript supplements. And don't forget the F and the S are capitalized. It is case sensitive. And and honestly, I would say, even if you don't consider yourself an expert in terms of functional nutrition, I would not let that hold you back. I really, really wouldn't. Where I personally would recommend that you get started is really looking at like a nice wellness protocol that, just make it start simple, right? Like pick a small little handful of supplements that the majority of your clients or patients are going to benefit from, right? A good multivitamin, like everybody needs that, right? Vitamin D, maybe some kind of omega-3, possibly a probiotic. Now it's cold and flu season, right? So like, who isn't wanting to get a little extra vitamin C? Like, all of those things are super easy, and really, some kind of a wellness protocol, very, very easy to put together, and then just build from there. Other area that I think is an untapped opportunity in many cases is to look at drug nutrient interactions, right? So that is, to me, a no-brainer as well. Like, take a look at, and I know we were going to share that.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back on the screen. 1 second. I've got it.
Okay. Hey, Philip.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, Philip. So, yeah, for sure. I'm super excited for you to get started as well. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And, the nice thing is, I actually use several Pure products as well on a regular basis. Fullscript, they carry Pure, right?
Yeah, we do. Yes, so you can benefit. Yeah. Recommend.
So, and you're going to get the advantage of getting that marketing support. Oh, yeah. So we're going to share one more quick thing. We almost forgot. This is an amazing resource, you guys. My mind was blown yesterday when when Emily and I were talking, and she shared this resource with me. This is amazing. So,
a little demo later.
Overview of how this works.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so incredible. This is called Mytavin. It's a website. So www.mytavin.com, MYTAVIN. This was developed by Dr. Jeff Glad, who is a medical doctor. He's actually also the chief medical officer of Fullscript. So we're so delighted that we're partnered together. But he created this to help all of his fellow practitioners be able to address exactly what Leslie just said, the nutrient interactions and depletions that might be coming up in conversations you're having. It's super simple, and it's a great place to start if you are, again, like new to the functional nutrition space, or you are working with clients who might be on medications. You simply type in what they're on. I'm going to do metformin because that's common. You click, and what it does is it'll actually generate which kind of nutrient deficiencies might be, there you go, thanks, might be a result of a client being on this medication. And if you, so you can take this to heart, you can use it to educate your clients. And at the end of the day, you can even use it as a base for writing a recommendation to somebody. It could be, you know, I know we talked today that you are helping to manage your blood sugar. I noticed that you're taking metformin, so just to be safe, these are some things I might recommend, and you can decide if you want to take them or not. So it's a fantastic resource, and everybody can go to this, you know.
It's free, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay. This is such an amazing free resource. So yeah, so guys, I really think that, you know, putting this into your workflow and, you know, just really making a point to look at drug nutrient interactions using my mitaven.com as a resource, like that again, see how it's like, it's your low hanging fruit, right? Super low hanging fruit, very easy to do. You just have to remember to do it, right? So, all right, guys. So we are, see, Emily, didn't I tell you how
you did?
Goes? Emily and I were, well, how long do these usually last? And I'm like, well, 40 minutes usually, but it's like the challenging part is wrapping because it just goes by so fast. So anyway, so we are going to wrap up. Thank you everyone for coming today. Sorry, I've got my dogs out there. They must be a squirrel. They're like, okay, Mom, it's time to wrap up. This was great, though. It was so incredibly helpful, and I really want to. Oh, good, yeah, Karen. Karen said, great resource. Yeah, I was blown away by it as well. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Look forward to seeing you next time. And thank you so much for joining me, Emily. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Leslie. It was so nice to talk to you again. And thanks, everybody, for listening.
Okay, take care for now. And I will see you next time. Bye, Emily. Have a great day. Bye, guys. See you next week.